Everybody, welcome to DIY, the show where we talk about DIY ethics, morals, ideas, and how they relate to your real, actual life. So each week, me, Andrew Lyra, I pick a topic, bring in some guests, we talk about that topic, and we try to find the reasons why people choose to do it themselves and why it's better than everything else. So without further ado, Jim, you know what to do.
DIY!
Welcome to DIY, the show. This is the show where I try to teach you guys some stuff, have some fun, get a little wonky. So my name again is Andrew Lowry. Thank you for Jim for playing us in. Thanks for Carby for always being behind me, killing it on the video games. So right off the top, last week I yelled at you guys for a little bit. This week I've been really angry, right? We all know what happened this weekend. It's put us a lot in a very weird position, I feel. Fear, I mean, the Boston rally was today, and I saw so much positivity out there, and I saw so much, like, good and passion, and I think that's, like, what is really important right now. And something I kind of wanted to talk about off the top was the idea of taking that energy, taking that anger, taking that frustration, taking that passion, and building something from it. You know, for me, I sit in my apartment all day, and I smoke weed, and I just chill, and I have all these thoughts. I have all these, like, ideas, and I have this want to get a message out there. I want you, the audience, the viewer, I want you to learn something here. I want you to go away. Because for me, music, art, being creative, that's what helped me define who I am. That's what gave me the confidence to put myself out there and really establish who I am as a person. So the advice I want to give to you guys off the top today is you're feeling angry, you're feeling passionate. If you're not a leader and not an organizer, find someone to join up with. Invest in someone else's idea. Because if you're feeling angry and you don't know where to put it, someone else might, and you can help them grow their idea more and more. So I want you all to always do it yourself, always keep trying, and you know, we're controllers of our own destiny. So that's that also segues into like what I'm talking about today. So our topic today is writing. And now when I'm talking about writing, it's not just a pen and paper and a book or, you know, anything like that, but I really want to get into the way people convey a message or a feeling. You know, for me, songwriting has always been a thing for me to relate to other people, you know, whether it's one person listening to my song and say, hey, I was at the bottom end of my rope, and hearing that your song has, if you felt the same way I did, helped me get through an issue. And that's something I love. That's something that I think music, art, film, whatever you do, that's what, at the end of the day, you want to connect with people. You want to try to change someone's life, or you just want to have fun. You can do that too, no judgments, but that's what it's all about here. You know, so we want to find out what motivates you today. We want to find out what sort of writings you enjoy today. We're going to be doing madlibs later on the show, and I just want to leave you all with this. We are all time lords here. We all control our destiny. Matter, all of that, it's a figment, it's a social construct, time, age, all of that. So create your own destiny. That's what Andy has to say to you here today. But, you know, always off the top, we have our good pal, old Sonny Jim Clifford over here. So he's our house band. Jim, you know, each week I like to ask you about your words of Jimdom, which is our featured segment where he talks about, you know, your ideas. So I wanted to ask you today, what is the words of Jimdom for today, Jim?
My writers were on strike, so I don't have one.
What? One more time, a little louder?
My writers were on strike, so there's no words of Jimdom this week.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Why were they on strike?
Well, I haven't been paying them.
Oh, you higher wages. See, Jim,
Yeah.
Come on. Don't be wage theft. You know, it's not cool. So, who are your writers? You have real writers?
I think they're your guests this week.
My guests this week wrote some jokes. They
wrote some great jokes. They'll probably be telling them on the show.
Very cool, very cool. So, Jim, anything going on with you? Anything new? Great. Perfect. So we're here on the show, DIY, the Mother Flippin' Show. Again, my name is Andrew Lowry. I want to thank everybody for viewing our live stream. But off the top, we have some beautiful art behind us. I want to welcome Jason, a.k.a. DIRT LUX. DIRT LUX, he's an artist, our featured artist each week. We have some beautiful art behind us. So Jason, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming. How are you doing?
Good, thank you, Andy.
Yeah, welcome. So tell us a little bit about your art. What sort of concepts do you try to deal with? What sort of inspiration do you go with?
Lots of different things.
Lots of different things. Okay, so can you tell us about just these kind of pieces here? What sort of What's the mindset going into them? What are some of the symbolisms you try to like put within your art?
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't try to define it too much.
Yeah.
To people, I kind of let I paint figures the way that I want to and deal with the images the way that I want to, and then allow viewers to make their own interpretations.
I think
so
that's
they're for you to sit with. And
well, it's like I was just saying about writing, where I could write a song and think it's about one thing, and then have someone listen to it and find a whole nother meaning within it. And I really so. Tell us about sort of the style of art you use and what sort of mediums and stuff you're working with here.
Yeah, so these paintings are acrylic paintings on sheets of acetate.
Acrylic paintings on sheets of acetate?
Yeah, they're plastic. It's like a plastic film.
Okay.
So it's super strong.
Super strong. Awesome.
And yeah, I mean, these paintings take, these are like hours of layers, and like these paintings develop for months at a time. So I think of a lot of different things while I paint, and I just like put them all in there.
Very cool.
Layer them up. Yeah.
So we're always looking to give people advice here. So I want to ask you, Jason, what's like a piece of advice you give an artist trying to start?
I don't know. Don't do it.
You're on the wrong show, buddy. This is DIY. We all about doing it.
You gotta do it. You're gonna do it. I don't know. I think if you want to do it, you'll do it.
Yeah, I think before the show started, we were talking a little bit about how, basically the way I see art and just being creative in general, as far as getting some sort of progress and attention from it, it's like you got to do it forever. Yeah. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I probably have a fan base of like 20 people. So 20 people out there, thank you. But that's what it's all about. So how long have you been painting?
I've been a studio artist since I was 17.
Nice, a studio art, wow.
Yeah, but I went to art school, I stopped doing everything and then just did that. I've had other jobs and things like that, but I've worked in, everything from metalwork to like VR.
So these on your hands, your rings right here, did you make those?
Yeah, this is old stuff.
See, that's awesome though. So you get any blacksmithing, any swords, maces?
No swords, no maces.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to make me a flail, I'm into it. Right? But yeah, Jason, so where can we find more of your art, and where can we find any of that stuff?
DIRTLUX.com.
DIRTLUX.com.
At DIRTLUX on Instagram. There's a lot more in there. Yeah.
Instagram is where the art is. That's what I've written. My girlfriend's an illustrator, and she always tells me Instagram, that's where it's at. That's the only social media platform I'm not on. I have Snapchat, I got Facebook, I got Friendster, the list goes on.
I hear that.
But that's cool. So check out DIRT LUX, check out Jason's art. You're going to hang out with us for the show, do some live painting?
Yeah, I'll stick around.
That's awesome. So hopefully by the end of the show, we'll show what you've painted. And behind us, we have Jason's art. I think it's about time we went to some music videos and stuff like that. The first video we have, our good friend James Ikeda. He's the music booker here on the show. He's been on tour all summer. He's been giving us tour updates. So we got a tour update from the Michael character, as well as a music video from the band Evolifo. So without further ado, let's go to the cutaways. Jim, you want to play us out, buddy? We'll be right back, homies.
Okay, so here, this is Lou, right? So we're here with Lou, and Lou, you want to tell the folks on DIY what we're doing right now?
So what we're doing is we're returning to the hotel that we just left about 20 minutes ago, because I left...
Nary 20 minutes ago. Nary, yeah.
I didn't do the final sweep of the hotel and left behind my toothpaste and shampoo, etc.
Yeah, that whole bag of about, I think, 4 different things you do, perhaps,
I know,
at least.
all of my morning ritual things. I know.
So do you have a tour? We have a tour tip for today. So what's your tour tip, Lou?
Today's tour tip is to always do the final sweep and to look in the bathroom.
Look in the bathroom. Don't leave without looking at it. Okay. You gonna get your stuff now?
Yeah.
Walk of shame here.
I know. So sad. I fail so you don't have to.
Sad, really. How long does it take to it just has to pick up the little bag? Are they chatting? What are they chatting about? This should have been a 15-second transaction. They haven't had breakfast yet. Oh, finally. I'm hungry, Lou. I'm hungry. So this has been Core Tips with me, the Michael character, James Ikeda, and Lewis Rowe, aka Lou Dog. My fingers over the camera. Yeah, it's tough. Anyway, Trap Buoy Tour 2017. Hashtag YeahBuoy. Signing off. We're gonna have eggs. I gotta shave.
Can I get like 6 McBurger burger meals?
You're at like Burger King.
Whoa!
DIY the show. My name again is Andrew Lowry. I hope you enjoyed those music videos and the video from Michael character. I think he's back this next week from tour. Maybe we'll have him on, tell us about how it went. But you know, we checked in with Jim. Another friend of mine I always like to check in is Carbia. Carbia, how you doing up there?
It's happening, yeah.
What's going on in the games today? We're playing Pokemon. Who likes Pokemon? I know you
Actually,
all do.
this is a Zelda Link's Awakening.
Oh wow! So we got Zelda Link's Awakening. You changed it up. So what's going on in Zelda today?
Let's see. I've gotten 2 of the instruments so far.
Okay.
6 more to go.
Nice.
A long way to go. I mean, I've beaten it before, but anyways, also have Final Fantasy as well, and I figured,
Yeah.
why not expand the variety.
So Carbia, if you guys haven't met him yet, he is our video game extraordinaire. He's a hardcore retro god. So
And
you
that's
got any reviews coming up right now? You
as
just
of
did
right-
your season finale, correct?
Already on Blades of Vengeance. Yeah, it's been more than a month, but I've already finished my review blog on my season 5 premiere. It's going to be on a Megapalooza, which of course, I mean, Mega Man's almost 30 years old, so
Yep.
I mean, I have a long way to go with the script writing.
Nice.
Well,
So we're
yeah.
talking about writing today, Carbia. I wanted to ask you, what's a favorite book of yours? What's maybe something you've read that sort of inspired you or helped change your life at all?
Literature really isn't my bag, but
Same.
in some cases though, various films on which these books are based, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I know the late Phil K. Dick.
Yep.
Has been and of course the late Ray Bradbury.
Yeah.
Let's see, on the former, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Oh,
They
great
never
book.
wrote
There you
yeah,
go. I mean, some Blade Runner, you can't complain about that.
Not to mention Second Variety. Screamer is actually based on that with Weller of RoboCop fame.
Yeah.
And let's see. We Can Remember for Your Wholesale.
Oh, awesome.
Oh yeah, Total Recall's based on that, by the way.
Really? All right. Well, there you have it. Carbia's favorite books.
Give these people air.
There you go. So yeah. Oh, my eyeballs. So Carby, you're gonna be hanging with us all day playing video games.
You bet your ass.
All right. As always, check out Hardcore Retro God. We're subscribed to him on our YouTube channel. You can find it there. So we're back here on the show, and I want to introduce you to my beautiful guests. So hello, guests. A round of applause from the audience. Come on. So we have 3 guests today to talk about writing. We'll go right down the line. Introduce yourselves to the audience. So sitting next to me is...
My name is Jess Leach.
Jess Leach, there you go. Long time. If you've listened to the podcast, and Jess has been on the show, this is third time hanging out with us. So Jess also helped me out. I did a Battle of the Bands last year. She was one of the judges. She also helped organize and establish zine, if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so about 3 years ago now, my friend and I started a zine called Basement Babes. We have since ended the zine, but it was like a feminist music zine. We published it ourselves. We did it like once a month for about 2 years. It was really fun. We got to meet like a lot of cool people, got to go to places.
I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
You kind of contributed, I read a few of them, and you allowed, same thing here, crowdsource,
Yeah.
We're looking for anybody out there. You got a music video, you got a random video, you dancing, you want to get us to play, we'll play it. And I think that's great. You got to give people a platform. You allowed, women who are writing about their feelings and how they feel within this world, and I loved it. It was great. So
yeah, it was pretty much.
One of the concerts, by the way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a lot of contributors, a lot of friends, a lot of strangers. Like we had people from different countries contribute.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see like the reach it had and like how many people we got to.
So you doing any
publish
writing
with.
now, or just kind of off?
I haven't been writing for myself a lot. I'm working with kids now, so I've been working on writing with kids,
That's
which
awesome.
is a different pace, but it's really fun.
Yeah. So what do the kids like to write about now? Fidget spinners, Minecraft.
Minecraft is
Minecraft?
big. They love Minecraft and fidget spinners.
Fidget spinners. I love fidget. I'm basically a child. But
I am too, which is why I'm good at my job, I think. We actually do madlibs a lot, which is kind of perfect that you're doing that on the show today.
Yeah, we are going to be doing madlibs coming up.
And I've gotten them into poetry.
Wow.
So I was able to do some poetry with them
Very
and like
cool.
teach them some pretty
Mold the
advanced
minds
stuff.
early, make them little creative weirdos, put them out in the world. I love it. So next to you we have
Henry Flower.
So Henry Flower, everybody. So you're a good friend. How are we doing today? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm just sort of an artist trying to create space for people to receive the message from on high.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love, you look beautiful today, I want to say.
Thank you.
So whereabouts are you located? Geographically?
Geographically.
Thank you, teacher.
I generally am living in the infinite void.
Fair.
But
As we all.
I do have an apartment also in Queens.
Nice. So Queens, New York, represent. So why don't you tell me, I asked Garby here, what's a piece of literature that sort of helped influence you or maybe molded you? Art of the Deal?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, gross.
Deal of the Art.
Yeah, there you go.
No. Just Kids by Patti Smith.
Okay, yeah, that's
Right?
awesome. Yeah, there you
It's a
go.
good book.
Nice.
I don't know.
I know. I read comic books, man. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. That's the only thing I read.
Yeah, I read Walking Dead. I
There you
refuse
go.
to watch the show though.
Yeah, I don't either. It's boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
Same here.
I want to watch a show about zombies, not about people crying. Okay.
Rest in peace, George Romero.
Rest in peace, George Romero, creator of the zombies.
Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, did he
he
pass?
passed.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry to tell you this way. Sorry you had to find out on a public access show.
Yeah, well now you're gonna have a show where everyone cries.
Yeah, well, that was that's every week. I cry off. As soon as the cameras turn off, I'm crying.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks again for coming on, Henry. So next to you we have... She got to say her name first.
Yeah, just hold your horses. I'm Renee. I perform as Ziemba.
Ziemba. So we'll call you Ziemba here today.
Okay.
So
I'm okay with that.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your sort of whole deal?
Well, I play music and
Nice.
I make fragrances to accompany those sounds. So I like to build little worlds, to
Nice.
make sonic worlds that have a material reality too. And I like making music videos and making visual worlds.
Well, that's
for
something
the
great about
songs as
both of
well.
you. I'm really into music videos. For me, music is a visual medium as well for me. Like, I listen to a
Definitely.
song, I can picture, like, I love theatrical music. I love anything dramatic, but, like, when you listen to a song and you can actually picture, like, physical things happening, that's what I love. And saying you're
Yeah.
creating this world space, I think that's really awesome.
Yeah.
So let me ask you as well, what's maybe a book or anything or some piece of literature that maybe influenced you?
Well, I was thinking immediately about this book that I highly recommend called So You Wanna Write.
Ooh.
By a lady named Brenda Euland, who was also an Olympic swimmer. She wrote it in the 30s. T.S. Eliot says it's the best book on writing. But it's also just about trusting yourself as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was writing my master's thesis, I was reading that and I was like plastering my room with note cards of quotes from it because she's just like the spunkiest, weirdest lady who just wants you to, trust yourself.
Yeah, I mean...
and be courageous and fearless. And
That's a big
great,
thing we
so.
try to preach here as well is it's just doing it. You know what I mean? Have confidence that what you're doing is working. I mean, this is episode 8 for us, and it's been getting weirder and weirder each week, but we know it's working, so we're just going to keep rolling with them punches and just have confidence, And for me, art is really what helped me gain my confidence. So that's really cool to hear. Jess, I didn't let you say your favorite book or a book that influenced you.
I thought I was
So
off the hook.
No. You're back on. I don't forget.
I'm just gonna say something I read recently. The Handmaid's Tale I read for the first time,
cool.
finally.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very important book, especially now.
Yeah.
In the political climate we're in right now.
Yeah.
So definitely everyone should read that book, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Great book.
So check it out. So I want to start getting into the conversation and ask you all a few questions. So my first question for you all, and feel free to jump in or talk over each other or talk together, is, tell us a little bit about what we already talked about. So I really think this is interesting for me. What fictional world would you live in? Now, me, myself, I have a whole plethora. I would love to live, I would just love to live with Gordon Ramsay. That's not a fictional world, but that could be a fictional world. I'd love to be, like, Godzilla's child. Like, that's a dream of mine. Like, Zilla is the name of Godzilla's child, and if I could be that, that'd be really cool. Or, I am a big comic book fan, but I wouldn't want to live in the Marvel Universe, because I definitely wouldn't have a superpower, and definitely a boulder would hit me on the head.
Yeah.
So, those are my picks. Let me ask you all, what are some fictional worlds maybe you would like to live within?
Well, I'll just take this away for a moment because
Yeah.
So I'm working on a new album right now, and it
Nice.
takes place in a fictional universe that I'm creating called Artists,
Oh.
and that's where I want to live because I'm designing it based on
So
all
what's
of
a little
my.
bit about that world?
I
What are
mean,
some of the rules?
Well, I'm kind
There's
of
no
figuring
rule.
it out.
Figuring it out, yeah. We can help. We can
I
live workshop.
know the color palette.
There you go. That's important.
Some pastels. We've
Yeah.
got some inverted colors. I'm like playing around with like making faux
Mm-hmm.
maps of it and kind of changing the landscape. I think that our form is more similar to a spider. Also, it's a pretty femme universe.
Nice.
Sorry, but I don't know.
It's your world. You build it.
Yeah, I make rules.
So speaking of building your own worlds, I'm a huge dork, and I love Dungeons and Dragons, right? So that's kind of like a big thing as well. Like, I got to build my own world, and I just ripped off Lost. I was like, this is an island outside of time and space, but then it was like this god decided he was bored. He was the god of in between parallel universes, right? So string theory is a thing in between. There's space, right? And there's nothing. So who controls that space? Who is in charge of that? That's this god, nothing. And so he decided that he's bored with nothing. So he created this world of all his favorite parts of every dimension and put it into one big pile. And then but that's my fictional world. I like that a lot. That's awesome.
I like the idea of the in-between world.
Right?
Yeah.
There is an in-between.
Thresholds they're interesting places.
Stranger Things, season 2.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We'll promote them. Dave, how about you? Any sort of fictional worlds you'd like to live within?
Yeah, I guess similarly I think about worlds when I make music. So I think the music that's starting to come together now, we worked a long time like kind of creating Flowerama, which was our introduction EP to kind of like introduce the world to Henry Flower.
Yeah.
And but then since I've been going into the infinite void so often, it feels like there's something about space and like, especially in music, like I think the difference between some of the greatest musicians and people who are like talented and have played a lot but like aren't great is like your use of space, not necessarily your use of the note. So it's like what happens in between the notes kind of thing, which is something that a lot of musicians talk about, but it's very true to me. So I think I'm trying to like create a world where there isn't things. It's like more thinking about what's not there than what is there. So not like there's not buildings.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what's not there.
Yeah.
It's not saying, you know, there is this, but it's like what isn't there.
Yeah. No.
So
awesome.
that's why the infinite void is useful, I think, as like a writing tool.
Yeah.
So I think it'll feel like kind of deserty to like humanoids, but you know.
Well, you know, we are humanoids, though.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that's really cool, the sort of exploration of sort of, like you're saying, what's not there, and sort of, you know, playing with someone's interpretations or even expectations. One of the things I see happening a lot I'm a big TV nerd, so like television writing, it's all about tropes, right? So the whole key is not to subvert the trope and do something different. It's supposed to go right up to the line of the trope and then just flip it on its head. And I see a lot of writing, I think that's very interesting to do, to sort of change someone's perspective and sort of open up your eyes to like, oh, you expected this to happen. This is what's embedded, like, just sort of from being brought up in front of a TV or media or just story tropes in general. But when you sort of subvert it and slightly change it more, I think you really sort of are able to find another perspective on something that's been a long-standing, established idea.
Right.
You know, and so you're talking about exploring nothing, and when people think about nothing, they just think of blank white piece of paper, nothing. But what you're talking about is there's something within that nothing, right?
Yeah.
If I can get, if I got that. Yeah, cool. We're on the same page. Picking up what you're putting down.
Or what do you find when you find nothing, you know?
That's true.
It's like,
if you're watching, tell us what you find when you find nothing. We'll see. So, Jess, how about you? What's a fictional world you might want to live in?
My answer won't be nearly as interesting as theirs. I was thinking about it, and I think I would want to live in the Sims universe.
Sims?
Yeah.
Okay.
But in a family where someone's used a cheat code and I have a lot of money and
stuff. So you want someone to control you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what you are when you're a Sim.
That's
controlled by like probably 11-year-old me. And
that's true. You don't want to get trapped in the pool and then they take the ladder out.
Oh no.
You weren't cruel to your.
I mean, I was, but I don't want to be a part of that family.
You never lit a baby on fire in Sims?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's just what you do.
What's your favorite Sim word?
Oh,
like do your best Sim impression.
Put me on the spot.
Amishamash. I don't know any Sim
I don't
words.
even think I know one off the top of my head. They have a lot of wacky ones.
Have they made dictionaries of that stuff?
I don't know anything about The Sims. This
you don't
is
know
like
this?
I don't know
It's
anything.
a fantasy game.
Well, no, I've heard of
Build
it,
houses.
but like I didn't
most
know there
real
was like a
game.
way they spoke.
It's like they have because they don't speak real like just normal words. They just have this
They
weird.
made up their own language. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sounds like
it's an actual language. Like they don't. It's not like random.
The words repeat, so the same word when you're talking about like a car is the same word, and it's a really weird world of. I like that. And then it's easy to like. You have amazing jobs, like I'm a robot technician.
Like one day I could be like a janitor somewhere, and the next day I'm like a surgeon. Like
there you
there's
go.
no telling what's gonna happen in The Sims. Yeah.
The American dream is alive in The Sims, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So that's awesome. So if you like The Sims, hit up Jess. Maybe we'll get you a green diamond. I got one.
Yeah.
Back, so.
There's like a name for that thing, but I forget what it's called.
The Sim Signifier?
It's like one word.
You're real deep in The Sims, Jess.
I love it.
I got to Sims 2 with all the expansion packs, and then I fell off. So
yeah.
Felt the same with Age of
Empires.
Empires. As well.
Yeah. So in all of your writings, I know you haven't been doing as much lately, but when you were writing, do you guys stick to like a specific genre, a specific, you guys are more conceptual, so you're kind of sticking within the world you're writing about, but do you have any sort of genres or styles, or do you ever try to branch out more, anything like that?
I wrote a brochure.
Really?
Yeah.
For like for the music?
Yeah, I should have grabbed it, but I'll give you one.
That sounds great.
I
think that's awesome. I've never heard of a band writing a brochure.
That's cool.
Well, it's like the world is like taken over. It's like the entire world is like corporate now. I mean, at least America, right? So, but it's such like a powerful tool, and so many artists. I mean, I grew up kind of like trying to stay away from corporate culture or something, and there's like something that didn't feel good to me about it, so I like try to avoid it forever. And I think especially the DIY community is like certainly like kind of less corporate, you know what I mean, right? So I was thinking about how they're using it as a tool to kind of shape society and how powerful and influential it is. And so I was thinking about what they use, and they have like brochures and stuff, and same with religions. So I like studied corporate like business brochures and religious brochures. Yeah. And I kind of like tried to understand that language, and then I created one for HNRY FLWR, like talking about what I'm doing, and it confuses most people. And in the Midwest, sometimes people get offended because it looks like really religious or something.
It's just a pamphlet. It's just a paper folded into thirds.
Yes, right. It's not. It won't. Yeah.
There's no devil in it.
Have you put them on any people's windshields?
Oh man.
They're
Somerville, look out.
Yeah, I put them when I play when we go to
show.
When we play when we do a performance, I like usually put them around at the bar or like wherever.
That's really cool.
But
I think it's interesting what you're saying about sort of like the DIY world, and sort of how, for me, I've been in DIY world for 12 years now. I mean, my first house show was in Waterbury, Connecticut, in the worst part of Waterbury, Connecticut, and it was a great time. And as soon as I hit that moment where I was like, oh, you can just play a show in a living room, and I think it's subverting. That's a big thing I talk about outside of the show a lot, is how capitalism is destroying this country, and that it's a predatory system, and we're the prey. And I ask a lot of my friends, it's like, do you really think you could beat capitalism and win the game? And it's like, I'm using a cheat code, because I'm like, screw the game, I'm just going to play my own over here. And so what you're saying, creating these pamphlets, I think that's really interesting. And especially with writing, the power of writing right now is so big. I mean, I think a big problem in, I'm sure we've all been guilty of this, is reading a headline and never an article, right? And so you share on Facebook, you get your political messages out there, and I think that, the power of the word and the power of opinion is really out there. I think that people have all these ideas in their head, and they're so frustrated, they just want to get them out there, And do you guys find any sort of like, do you think that writing has that sort of power? Do you think, I mean, obviously it does, but do you have any examples of maybe, something you've seen recently that maybe has affected you like that?
Like in news?
Could be news, could be just in general. I mean, a simple, for me, so one of the books that sort of influenced me a lot, right? There's this place in between Connecticut and Boston. It's called Food and Books. You see right off the highway. It's a cheesy old restaurant, and it's just a diner. But this older gentleman had died, and he, in his will, donated his entire book collection to the restaurant. So when you go to the restaurant, you get the breakfast special, 2 eggs, a choice of meat and toast, as well as 2 books. And now I went there my freshman year of college, and I'm going through the book section, and I see this book called The Meaning of Life. Now, if that's not a sign, I don't know. It's really about Taoism and stuff like that. But so I was reading it, and I'm not, I'm not a religious person, and I understand why people, look towards religion and find strength within it. But what I really found was the idea of if we each have it believes in the idea of multiple lives, right? So you die, you come back, whatever it is. And so each life we live is another huge life lesson. And as you learn those life lessons, you eventually reach higher consciousness. And that's when you go to, like, quote unquote, heaven, right? And so that's kind of that's a big piece of writing for me that's helped establish. I look at every day, I look at every moment in my life as a life lesson, whether it's, you fall off your bike and you scrape your knee. You learn from that. I've failed at so many things, and it's taken me so long to, like, gain confidence back. But I think with each failure, I learn another piece of the puzzle. Now, I mean, do you guys find that in anything yourselves?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think most people have experienced reading something and feeling like it changed you.
Yeah.
Or like it had a lasting or even lifelong impact. Like, I think the first time I read Dune, I read it at a really important moment when I was, like, having issues with a lot of paralyzing fear, and it was just totally empowering and, like, really hit me in such a major way. And Ador Ardor. Do you guys know that Nabokov book?
No.
It's amazing. It's like simultaneously this love story about these two twins. Or no, they're cousins. Sorry. Not twins, but they kind of have like twin magic sort of things. Like they're psychic. They build a parallel universe world. But then it's also just a treatise on the nature of time.
Yeah.
And really philosophical and beautiful and profound.
Definitely have to check it out. So one last question before we go to another block of music videos. So fictional character, you could be anyone, right? Rapid fire.
Oh, well, I mean, I've kind of been creating them. I was gonna say
Not one you've created.
No?
No.
Oh,
Have to count.
Doesn't count.
I need a second.
All right, I would be Wolverine in 2 seconds. How about you, Jess?
Lame, but I might be Hermione Granger.
Nice.
Just
That's
to
not lame.
Throwback to like my childhood,
Hermione.
and she's super smart, and like magic's cool.
Yeah.
So
I think you can pull off the hair at least.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I look like when I wake up. Like first movie Hermione.
Yeah.
Very frizzy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do have the Wolverine hair when I wake up in the morning. Henry, how about you?
It would be Trump, and then I'd end myself.
Perfect. Greatest answer. Let's get a round of applause for that one.
Jordan McFly over here.
I think I'd be Gem, but I also
Oh,
I'm working on
with
it.
the holograms?
Like every day. Yeah, I would just like
Nice.
snap back and forth.
Totally outrageous.
There we go. So that's us here. We got more talk right after these music videos. When we come back, we're going to be doing some friggin' Mad Libs. So if you're watching live, give us some nouns, adjectives, verbs, describing words. That's an adjective. But if you want to leave one in the comment section of the YouTube channel, leave it, and we'll put it in our Mad Libs. So we'll be right back after these sweet-ass music videos. What up, everybody? Welcome back to DIY, the mother flipping show. Triple dipple DIY for the friends out there. I'm back here. I got my good friend Penny. Penny, what up?
Hi.
Pound it.
Yeah.
DIY pound it. Oh, Carby is looking for a pound it behind you. There we go. Double, double, double. So either way, Penny is our dating expert here on the show because that's what we require. That's what we want to give to you. I'm giving you advice, whatever you need. I'll bring in an expert and we'll talk about it. So dating advice. We're talking about literature today. We're talking about writing. So you're a comedian as well. You do your own writing. So do you integrate your writing at all into your dating world? You know?
I mean, they give me material.
Oh, I can only imagine.
So I don't have to do anything except just sit back, relax, and eat, and whatever they want to feed me, or they can stuff my taco any day.
There you go. That's Penny's tagline there. Catchphrase.
Stuff my taco.
Trademarked. But Penny, if you can compare your dating life to a book, what book would it be?
Taming of the Shrew.
Woo! So Penny, you're gonna hang out with us, right?
Yeah, I'm hang out. Yeah.
So, piece of dating advice. What do you got for today? Any dating advice out there?
I mean, last week I said to take it slow, but and to let the man just like, if they want to pay, they pay. But just trying to think of anything else. I mean, if guys, let them pay. But also, if you're on Tinder, then I guess you could be an asshole to everybody.
Fair. I mean, it is true. It is the internet.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
The thing is, like, you know, Tinder guys are going to be like, hey. And also, I actually want to give
what's a good Tinder starting line? Now, I've been in a relationship for 8 years, and that was pre all this stuff. What's a good starting line for all the Tinderers out there?
Well, first, like, I realized that the amount of Y's that you have right after hey just indicates how horny you are, so you got to, like, cut down those Y's. Instead of, like, just be like, instead of hey, it's just a little abrupt, but hey.
How many Y's is acceptable? Like 2?
Like 2.
You just want to know that there's at least some interest, right?
Yeah, because, like, if I get, like, just hey, I'm like, everything okay? And,
now we're talking about writing.
Yeah.
And the new form of writing is emojis, right?
Yep.
So what emojis do you think sort of are good for our Tinder users out there? What are some good emojis? I mean, obviously the eggplant, obviously the winky kissy face, obviously the clown.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I like it. So what kind of emojis, work for you?
I mean, I do sassy emoji
Nice,
when I want to, like, throw shade at, like, because I was on Tinder, not anymore, but, because I got, not only did I start throwing shade, but I actually am dating somebody.
Oh, nice.
So we'll see how that goes, because most of my relationships have lasted, like, a week, a day, 24 hours, an hour. So, I mean, for emojis, I'm just, like, sassy if you want to, like, throw shade or, like, you're tired of them being, like, like, typing with their dick. And,
you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, most guys do, like, what up? But, terrible reading.
I get what you mean now.
Yeah. But, I mean, I usually do sunglass emoji.
Nice. I'm really into sunglass emoji.
Yeah.
Ask anyone in the crew here, I pretty much primarily send the sunglass emoji. So Penny, you gonna hang out with us for a little bit?
Yeah.
You guys like emojis? You gonna hang out still too? We're all here hanging out. So let's do some Mad Libs, right? This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Let's start off. My good writer Josh Mullins. He's a nice boy. He's dressed like Pugsley Adams today. I'll post a picture later. But he wrote a Mad Lib for us, and so we'll kind of go around the room. Everybody gets an answer, and then I'll read it out loud. So first, we'll start off with old Jimmy Clifford. Hey, Mr. Jim, I need an adjective.
What's an adjective?
An adjective is a word you use to describe something.
Oh. Happy.
Happy, okay. Carbia, I need another adjective.
Crazy.
Crazy. All right, Penny.
Mm-hmm.
I need a verb ending in ing.
Kissing.
Kissing, okay. Is this gripping live television, everybody? Me writing words on a piece of paper.
Wow.
All right, so next, Jess, I need a noun and it needs to be pluralized.
Minions.
Ugh. Next week's rant is all about how I hate minions.
Oh, I hate them too.
Good. All right, Henry, I need a place.
The Infinite Void, of course.
Infinite Void. All right, now I need an adjective.
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Like your favorite comic company.
Oh, you know it, Carbs. Spider-Man. Wolverine. So how about, all right, so we'll go to the audience. Anyone in the audience, I need a plural noun.
Grapes.
Grapes. Nice. Nice. Good one. I love grapes. Seedless. All right, another one. I need another plural noun. Plural noun.
Pens.
Pens. Grapes and pens, everybody. That's what's going on here. All right, so.
Ash for the show.
Yeah.
Theme.
Anybody? All right, so someone in the control room. I need a verb. We got a verb. I need a control room verb. Running. Fred says running. Oops, All right, we got running. Nice, nice. Now I need an adjective. We're back at you, Jim. We need an adjective.
Machiavellian.
Oh, I can't spell that.
I can't spell it either.
Mach-V-E-L. I don't know. If you look at this, I don't know how to spell. That's why I got a video. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so what did I just do? I did an adjective. All right, Carby, a part of your body, part of the body.
I don't know. Okay, F it. Anus.
Anus. We got anus.
Maybe I go far.
You know what? Jason, you want to give us a word? We got the next one. So what do? We just did a part of the body. Jason, I need a verb.
Run.
We already did running. Painting. Nice, nice. All right. We're almost there. This is gripping. Jim, can you gonna give me some music? Never mind. All right, so we're at another verb. All right, Penny, I need a part of the body again.
Tits.
Nice. Straight to the point. All right, Jess, I need a silly word.
A silly word. Pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel. Nice.
That's really silly. That's
You guys want to know what Barney's favorite bread is? Pumpernickel.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Henry, an adjective. I know this is hard. Think of words.
Part of it, Battletoads.
I don't really have anything creative to say.
I'm gonna do luscious.
Yes.
And then last we need a plural noun. One more plural noun.
Toes.
Toes. All right. So let's see what happens. So Josh wrote this, and I don't know what it is. So all right, putting on a television show may look like a piece of cake, but it takes a lot of happy work. Go behind the scenes and you'll see dozens of crazy workers kissing in every direction. The crew running back and forth between the studio and outside smoking minions, all around the infinite void to tell marvelous and interview grapes. They are joined by the camera crew who operate mounted pens to capture all the action. The host, Andy, is the guy who's running at the table and talks to the guest. He has to look Machiavellian on air, or he yells at Justin, usually. Truth. To keep him looking spiffy, you can often find him in the green room having makeup applied to his anus. The director tells people where and when to painting. I guess it's easy to spot the director because he wears a headset on his tits and yells things like, Jesus, does anything here fucking work? And I really love dongs and pumpernickel. Our show is live television. So if you make a luscious mistake, everyone at home, on their toes, will know. The madlib, everybody, is beautiful, All right, so we're going to go to one last block of music videos, but before we go, I always like to leave my guests with one last piece of advice. I want to thank you all for coming on. So we'll start off with you. One last piece of advice you want to give our watchers out there.
Fear is the mind killer is what comes to my mind.
There you go. I love it. Fear is, what's the big phrase? Like
it's the tiny death that obliterates.
Yeah. There you go. Nice. Yeah. Henry, how about you? One last piece of advice.
I got some good advice last week. That we're all capable of evil.
Very true. That is true.
Yeah. But also, you should probably make a vessel for your art. I think that's important.
That's very important. Jess, how about you?
So it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Do it yourself is never really do it yourself. It's always good to have friends help you out.
That's very true. I mean, look at this here. Everybody here is my friend. I love you all.
No,
and I couldn't do this. No, I am team. Carby has said it best. Penny, anything you gotta say?
Just limit the amount of Y's you write in hey.
Solid. That's some writing advice. It's pertinent. So either way, you've been watching DIY the show. I want to thank you all for watching. When we come back, we got performances from these two. So we're gonna go to one last music video. This is a Sounded Out session from good friends at Sounded Out Sessions. Actually, the band this week is Jake and Kelly and the Countertops, one of my favorites. They're going to be on our finale this season, so let's go to it. And when we come back, we got live performances here in the studio.
Do you want to take a little tour of my rig? Here they are, here.
This is Jake McKelvey in the Countertops. You're watching Sound It Out.
Of a dresser, I take off my mask and breathe you forever. But the wheels on my chair just roll to the door, and the windows just let the light in. So give me a ribbon and group me together with the fingernail biters and the nervous heavy sweaters on a fresh bed of greens, so the neighbors feel better at least till the doctors arrive. I'm trying to get to you, but lately that such a long time. But the highway patrol in the desert won't listen to the tips of my fingers. I cut off in the kitchen, I've got nothing to do with the movies and nothing to do with the rain. So next time I'll bring spoonfuls of oil that blacken my teeth, contaminate the soil, and leave me to wonder if the water will boil. To uphold, you're a penny on the ground, you're a deer in the road, you're a lover, a leaver, a third time deceiver. I used to know better, now I don't believe her. It gets to the point where I'm trading my meals for piles of old crumpled up automobiles. I could take to the edges or learn how to steal, but I don't want to be here that long. And maybe it seems like I'm asking myself for my own spare change. But whether or not you're a snake in the grass, all the bad times will come and the good ones won't last. The vitamin C disappears way too fast, and that's when you know that you're gone. And I live on Greyhound. There's only drums here. I don't deserve this. And I got you thinking I will never leave here. No, not on purpose.
Hey everybody, welcome back to DIY the show. My name is Andrew Lowry. Thank you for sticking out with us for this whole show. I want to thank all my guests for coming on. But I really want to, I love giving you guys live music. So let's have the bands perform behind us. So without further ado, I'll let you guys take it away.
Buffalo, stairway of animation, radio arrangement. I'll let you touch my naked hellfire, tiptoe dancing, buccaneer, necromancy, lonely sublimation, dead letter, never wasted, melting desert stream, orbit, soft frequency, tracy, the path of dark flies, virtue, her through that pretend to.
I get paranoid when I'm alone. My thoughts are unfocused. Is it fate or is it faith? Or am I just unfulfilled? Down in Carolina, using leaves to bottle rain, moonshine for 30 days, making me okay, making me okay. I'm a curious kid when I'm alone. They try and keep me so focused on the causes and effects, peeking out the cabin slats. drain. Moonshine for 30 days, making me okay. It's making me okay. Making me okay. Making me okay. I'm okay. Are the winners the ones who stop? Are the winners the ones who stop asking questions? Are the winners the ones who stop asking questions? Are the winners the ones who stop asking questions? Are the winners the ones?
All right, everybody. All right. So that was amazing, everybody. I think that was beautiful. You guys have literally transposed me to in another world. I want to thank you all so much for coming on. Thank you all so much. So right here at the end of the show, you've been watching DIY show. Thank you all for sticking in, lasting it through us. We've had some hiccups today, but it's been beautiful. Either way, I want to say, at the end of the show, I always try to think about what I thought, what I learned today, what I learned. So with writing, you're transporting someone to a new world. You're building this. You can build your own fictional world, live within it, and learn lessons within that. It's literature can help teach you. Television helps teaches me. It's all these different things. So what I want you to take away from this episode is, find a book, find a piece of literature, find something you've written or even someone else has written. Find the true meaning within yourself. Explore things. Just do it. Take that passion and push forward. We're going to be here next week. We're talking about activism. It's going to get really, I think that's a perfect timing for this. So we're going to be talking about activism next week. But I want to get all my guests back here. Everybody in the studio want to come up, walk with us? Yo, Jason, you want to bring up the piece of art you made? Let's see what you made. So Jason, he's been live painting in the background. Is it tacky? All right, so we'll show it later. We'll take pictures later. So Jess, thanks for coming on. Penny, thanks for always. Jason, thank you again. Thank you to the musicians in the background. So without further ado, thank you all for watching DIY. Jim, you want to play us out, buddy? Okay.